What's going on, everybody? Crypto Headquarters here, and today I want to bring you guys a video about a cryptocurrency I've covered on my channel in the past, known as Tron or TRX. Through today's video, I'm going to be mainly focusing on the price of Tron and why we went from all-time highs at the beginning of January at that 25-26 cent mark all the way to its 4 to 5 cent price point that it's at currently today. So I'm going to be analyzing some of the causes for that, some of the reasons that Tron has seen that drop, and when we can potentially expect Tron to go a little bit more on a bull run and reach some of those all-time highs in the future. But with that said, I want to start out with the disclaimer that says none of the information in this video is investment or financial advice. This is just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Consult a financial advisor if necessary. To be fully transparent with you guys, I am not invested into Tron at the time of this video, and I've never held Tron in my portfolio, and I'm just letting you guys know that for transparency purposes. But with that said, let's jump right into the video. Tron is a cryptocurrency that I've covered on my channel multiple times in the past, and really I want to give you guys an update video just like I did for the cryptocurrency Wabi a few days ago, and just let you guys know where Tron has been price wise, since it has fallen a lot since some of my last videos. So right now Tron is sitting at that 4.5 cent mark, just above that actually, and has a pretty big market cap that we've seen in the past at over that $3 billion range. Is ranked 15 overall in terms of overall market cap evaluation. Now, one of the big boys in cryptocurrency being top 15, previously top 10 at one point at time at the beginning of January when it hit its all-time high around that 28 cent mark on January 4th to be specific. Tron is a cryptocurrency that has gained a lot of notoriety in the past few months. You know, they have an established founder. They have somebody with real credentials in cryptocurrency, blockchain, and entrepreneurship in Justin Sun. Check out his Twitter account for more information regarding the stuff that he has to say about cryptocurrency and Tron, because that's where a lot of my information comes from regarding the Tron platform. Additionally, I will say that Tron has a long roadmap, some of the projects spanning all the way out to 2027, leading to some criticism being that Tron doesn't have anything close to a working project right now. It's all based upon a white paper that is, supposedly going to be doing big things in the future. And while I'm not going to dispute that, some of the criticisms, I'm not going to say if they're mine or not, but I've seen them in the cryptocurrency community, say that Tron going forward, one of the issues they have is that its market cap and its market evaluation is over $3 billion. And is that really sustainable in the long term due to the fact that, this is pretty much just a white paper at this point, and we're definitely going to see in the future. But those are some of the things surrounding the Tron platform right now and what people are thinking within the cryptocurrency community. But really in this video, what I want to cover is not whether I like or dislike Tron, because I'm just going to say it right now. I think Tron has a lot of potential. You don't get a $3 billion market cap for doing nothing. I think their team, I think their founder are great things to look forward to. Obviously there are concerns with the platform that I'm not going to totally address in this video. I'm going to save that for another one, but I will just say flat out right here, I am bullish on Tron in the future, just as I am with so many other cryptocurrencies. But I do think right now we're seeing a classic example of how you can get hurt very badly by FOMOing in onto the top and potentially not doing your own educated investing. But with that said, I want to go into how Tron, if we take a look at over on CoinMarketCap's graph, actually went from its all-time high on January 4th here at that 28 cent mark. It's hard to pinpoint right now without being zoomed in to its 4.5 cent mark right now. First off, I'm going to say that this candlestick right here, beginning on, I'm going to say December 30th, all the way up to January 4th, and then the subsequent crash or sell up all the way down to the 16th and 17th, and still continuing to this day, is definitely something that was an overextended move and artificial hype built around the project. So for many of you guys, this was very obvious. Excuse me. The price jump that we saw going into the beginning of January was something that obviously was a ton of investors FOMOing in. It was whales accumulating, willing to sell off at the top. I'm not sure how much of that price manipulation we got, but I can guarantee there was potentially some of that, as there is in any market. Additionally, there was a ton of hype, potentially a ton of information regarding what Tron's going to do and how it's going to be the best thing ever on so many different platforms. And people are like, hey, I got to get into this. Oh my gosh, it's so cheap. It's a cryptocurrency that's 20 cents, not taking into account its market cap. and the circulating and total supply, which baffles me how you cannot understand any of that and be like, oh, this is a cheap cryptocurrency. I know other YouTube channels, I'm not going to mention any names because I think other YouTubers really put that into perspective, Doug Polk, and they were just saying, why I bought so much of this specific cryptocurrency and why it's so cheap and awesome and hot and all this other stuff. And that definitely contributed to the huge the meteoric, if that's a word, price rise, this exponential growth in the beginning of January. So what I am going to say is that obviously hindsight is 2020, and I'm looking at this graph saying, oh my god, guys, look at this, it went all the way up to the top and now it's crashing and yada 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 yada, why did you guys do this and that? And I'm not sitting here to say this, but I am sitting here to say and let you guys know that in the future, if you see something at the beginning of November, I'm going to say even December 1st, that was, not even a half of 1 cent, and then eventually getting to that point just at the beginning of December, around that December 9th, December 10th range. So right now, we're a few weeks into December, and we're at a half of a cent. So for going from December, 11th and 12th, all the way over to December 14th, we've already doubled your money if you bought then. You go all the way up to its all-time high that you, at the moment, obviously its all-time high is up around that 28 cent mark, but at the moment, December 20th, we saw a high over that 6 cent mark. Obviously, that was a huge price increase from, in November when we weren't even at that half a cent mark to December when we finally got there and then up to 6 cents. That was, very, I'm not going to say overextended because I think in terms of the market at the time, that huge bull run we were on, that was something that a lot of cryptocurrencies were going through. But at that point, I was like, because I was following Tron at that time and still I was like, okay, there's the top. We're going to see a sell-off. We're going to see a consolidation period, potentially half of its value, and that's what it did. And then we saw something I didn't see coming. So I saw it hit that all-time high that still stands today at that 28 cent marker, that range that we see there. I'm going to zoom in here, and you guys can see that this line is nearly vertical, and it happened in such a short amount of time. Obviously, I talked about how that was just market manipulation, that was hype for a cryptocurrency, that was investors who didn't know anything about Tron, or really markets in terms of cryptocurrency as a whole, just FOMO in and say, this is a cheap coin, buy in. We got that. That was covered. But what I will say is that in my personal opinion, I saw a lot of this coming, and I hate to say that because I really sound arrogant and I really hate to toot my own horn, but I want you guys to learn from this event. And what I mean by that is I was saying at around Christmas time that this was the high that Tron had put in at that, nearly 7 cent mark, over 6.5 cents. We'd see a sell-off, a consolidation period, and that's what happened. And I thought that was healthy for Tron. I thought maybe if we could get a bounce, up to that 7 cent mark, and maybe we could consolidate there, because as you guys know, I say all the time, very, very obvious that old levels of resistance become new levels of support. So I thought maybe we'd see a consolidation at this 7 cent mark, if we were lucky, if crypto stayed very, very bullish for the time being, and we did for about a day. And then we saw this huge vertical line, and obviously this is not sustainable in terms of price action. What we're seeing right now is exactly what I was saying at the beginning of December. And while I didn't have a YouTube channel and I wasn't publicly going out and saying to you guys, and giving you guys my opinions like I am in these videos, I was seeing that, this was probably the consolidation point for Tron that was healthy in terms of where it was in the past going into November. If we look at November, which was just a few months ago, we were at $140 million in overall market cap, a relatively small coin at the time, and still very much so, all the way up to what at its all-time high. I'm not even sure here. Let me zoom in here what the market cap was then. The market cap at its all-time high was around that $18 billion. But to put that into perspective, that is something that I'm shocked to see in cryptocurrency, and that is just something that you're not going to see in any other market right now other than cryptocurrency and investing. And while crypto is very volatile, crypto in terms of making a potential huge gain on your investment is there is a more likely chance of doing that than in traditional markets like the stock market, and that goes without saying. Everybody knows that. Understand that moves like these, well, people might say, oh, that's crypto, that's the advantage, that's why you invest in cryptocurrency, because you can do these amazing things like go from $140 million in market cap all the way up to 18 billion in a span of a month. that's why it's great. Well, actually, well, it is great for so many different reasons. That's not exactly one of them, because that is just market manipulation on so many different levels, so much hype, and I've said that so many times. But what I'm going to conclude this section of the video off on is the fact that we saw this huge price increase in the beginning of December, and then we saw the consolidation period. And if we look right now, it's almost as if the price of Tron right now is at the same price, a little bit higher, I'll give them that, than they were at the end of December range going into the beginning of January. And that's just goes to show that overextended moves like these, you guys have to be on the lookout for. You guys have to look at the bigger picture in cryptocurrencies and understand that some things are just a pump, and eventually it will dump to where it was previous to that, if the move before that was overextended or whatever the move for that was. So please understand that I do think there is a lot of FUD going around in the market. There are people spreading, for lack of a better term, fake news regarding cryptocurrencies, trying to suppress the overall market to buy or whatever their intentions may be. That's hurting all cryptocurrencies in general. Do understand that pullbacks are always going to be a part of investing, traditional markets or in crypto. And here's just an example of a cryptocurrency that went, is down over 7 times what it was at its all-time high. At that 4-cent mark, 4.5 cent mark. It's definitely goes to show you guys that even with FUD in the marketplace, I think that this was inevitable, that we were going to see it eventually go down to the consolidation point we saw in late December, and that even any consolidation point above, I'm going to say 10 cents, was very unrealistic in the short term for this cryptocurrency. So that's just my current thoughts on Tron, and I hope you guys learned something from this section of the video, because the Tron cryptocurrency is definitely something to do your own research on, to understand. But please understand a few things, that looking at graphs, understand how markets are manipulating in cryptocurrency. And I know I used a CoinMarketCap graph. It's not very technical whatsoever, but anybody can see for simplicity points right here in this video that was a very vertical line, something unsustainable. And at the end of the day, understand circulating supply, total supply, market cap, and how that all factors into not just being a cheap cryptocurrency. And please understand that pullbacks in crypto as well as traditional markets are going to be a part of investing, as well as the idea that cryptocurrency, while very volatile, it is something that is not going to sustain huge price increases like we saw in Tron at that 28-cent mark. So please do your own research. Hopefully you guys learned something again from my opinions and my kind of analysis on this video. I don't mean to sound like I knew this was all coming or anything, but in a sense I did have a prediction that Tron was going to eventually come down to its consolidation point at the beginning of December, and that's just kind of some of the things that I was thinking at that time. And I don't have a YouTube channel to share my opinions, which really sucks, because I definitely would have made a video on this and a few other cryptocurrencies at the time. But at the end of the day, I'm really sorry for rambling here, because I do think that I definitely went on way too long. But again, hopefully you guys learned something from my opinions and my kind of analysis at this section of the video. The next and last thing that I'm going to cover in today's video are just some things regarding Tron on CoinMarketCap.com, as well as some changes that may have impacted its price in early January, leading to the subsequent crash afterwards. So while there's a lot of contributing factors to that, I do want to point out that Tron is a cryptocurrency that is traded most on Binance through their Bitcoin pairing, as you guys can see, almost with $44 million in terms of overall trading and volume in the last 24 hours, with Huobi coming in second with their Ethereum TRX pairing over there. So that's where Tron, most of the volume is in the last 24 hours, as well as a number of exchanges having a decent amount of volume comparatively to Huobi and Binance. But Binance takes the cake. And with that said, I do want to go over to Twitter, and I want to definitely address the issue that went down in the cryptocurrency community on January 10, 2018. So for those of you guys that don't know, in every one of my videos on my channel, I use a website called CoinMarketCap.com, and this has kind of become the de facto price checking, the de facto looking at volume, circulating supply, total supply of all cryptocurrencies that everybody's checking. It has so much traffic to it every single day, and as soon as CoinMarketCap took away some of the volume of the Korean exchanges, which again, for those of you guys that don't know who may be new to crypto, Korea, South Korea specifically, is a country that is very optimistic about crypto, at least its citizens are, and people are very invested into blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies in general. So a ton of volume comes out of South Korea having their own exchanges and whatnot. But what actually happened was on January 8th, 2018, CoinMarketCap.com, their verified Twitter account, tweeted, "This morning we excluded some Korean exchanges in price calculations due to the extreme divergence in prices from the rest of the world and limited arbitrage opportunity. We are working on better tools to provide users with the averages that are most relevant to them." So what happened was they, like Jake, exactly what they said. They excluded some Korean exchanges in price calculations, and as soon as you exclude those Korean exchanges in terms of overall volume to all cryptocurrencies, the prices are going to go down as a result of that. So while the prices on those exchanges over in Korea might have stayed the same over there, in terms of overall market cap, where people look at the price of cryptocurrencies, those fell on here, thus producing FUD in the marketplace, thus making people, well, not making people, but influencing people to get worried about their investment and potentially sell off. And that jump started, in a way, a bit of the flash crash that we saw that went all the way down into at its worst damage, January 17th at that 5 cent mark. We've gone lower before that, but that's kind of where the initial crash led us to, and that was a huge factor in the cryptocurrency market at the time, because I remember a lot of people were talking in the community, you know, they excluded all these South Korean exchanges. Everyone uses this website, so, you know, they take this, you know, as factual, and while it is, you know, factual and it's not, you know, manipulated like that, there is more to the issue when you look at the prices on websites like CoinMarketCap, because there could be things behind the scenes regarding not having all the exchanges represented. And the reason they did this was for the right reasons. I'm not blaming CoinMarketCap.com, but what I'm saying is that this is one of the contributors that led to the flash crash in the early month of January. So definitely keep that in mind when you guys look at CoinMarketCap prices, that there could be some other things going on behind the scenes. Additionally, something else I found interesting was over on Justin Sun's Twitter account on January 10th, 2018. He posted the recent hashtag TRX fluctuations due to the CoinMarketCap's decision to exclude Korean exchange price from the displayed TRX price, which causes some FUD. Korea community is vital to Tron. We'll consistently expand ourselves in Korea regardless of the CMC index. So right there, you guys have it confirmed from the man himself, the founder of Tron, that the drop in price at the time was due to CoinMarketCap's decision to exclude Korean exchange price from the display price over on CoinMarketCap.com. So I'm just not making this stuff up, guys. He said it himself. So definitely take that into account when you look at the price of Tron, that, you know, it might not always represent the Korean exchanges over there. So, you know, interesting that Justin Sun said that over on Twitter. So definitely something to take note of in the future. That's going to do it for the video today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below if there's any other videos you want to see me make on this channel, any other cryptocurrencies you want to see me cover. Comment it down below. Thank you guys so much for the support. The support has been amazing. But with that said, today in this video, I exclusively covered Tron, and I think that this was a good update video to make for you guys and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the price of Tron, just because I've covered it a lot on my channel, and it has come a long ways since I did my review and analysis on Tron, as well as another video that I did, you know, saying, is Tron possible to reach $1? So obviously it's come a long way since then. I thought I would cover it. An extra note that I will say is that I know at certain points and at times in this video, it may seem like, you know, I act like I see, you know, everything coming, you know, and I think I know it all, but, you know, that's really not the point that I was trying to get across. I was just trying to say, you know, at the beginning of December, these are some of the thoughts that were going into my head regarding the Tron cryptocurrency, and they came to fruition. It actually happened, some of the ideas that I had, and I just want to share those with you guys, because just as I was right, there are just as many times, if not more, that I'm wrong about cryptocurrencies in terms of price, their projects, whatever it might be. As much research as I do, I'm just as wrong as much as I am right. So in that sense, please don't take that the wrong way. Just take my opinions with a grain of salt, because there are so many other things you have to take into consideration with cryptocurrency, and that's going to lead me right into my end disclaimer that says none of the information in this video is investment or financial advice. This is just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Consult a financial advisor if necessary. Lastly, I will say, for transparency purposes, I do not hold Tron. I have never held Tron, and I don't currently hold Tron at the time of making this video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.